This is probably the most frustrating video I'm going to make in my YouTube channel because I'm going to talk about the cycle of a seasoned Airbnb investor and how long do they actually survive in a market. Honestly, guys, I've got screenshots right now. We're testing it because over the last 6 years, we've spoken to thousands of operators worldwide. And these are people who connected with us probably 4 or 5 years ago asking for, oh, Piers, what do you do as GrowYourBnb? Today, no longer actually operate an Airbnb business. Now, one of the comments I recently did was a cycle of a seasoned Airbnb investor is only actually 18 to 24 months before they shut their business. So for you, I think what I really want to talk about in this video is if you're looking to start or if you're kind of in that burnout stage where you're trying to achieve something with your Airbnb business and you're not moving forward, I really want to make sure that you're understanding why people no longer operate an Airbnb business. So without further ado, guys, my name is Piers from GrowYourBnb.com. We've been in the industry 6 years. We've worked with thousands of operators worldwide, over 3,250 properties. And right now, I want to make sure that this year, if you really want to make sure you invest in this business, I want to give you 4 reasons why people burn out in this industry. The biggest mistake, the first one, the financial consideration. So when you're, in a nutshell, I can give you hundreds of stories, but a person who's gone into a mentorship or a training program or even took years to learn about Airbnb online, first thing you've got to realize is most people go through mentorship. So you've spent at least anywhere between $1,000 to even sometimes $3,000 and $5,000 to understand, hopefully learn this Airbnb business. You've got to then understand you're operating this business fully, right? So the financial problems where it comes is you've invested nearly £3,000 to £5,000 in mentorship. You then set up your unit. All in, you're probably around another, probably anywhere between £6,000 to £8,000 on setting up the unit, paying if you're doing a rent to rent or sublease, whatever you're doing, you are then being able to pay all of that. So before you start, you're really people forget you're already in that backlog of actually investing in the business itself. So first year becomes a very hey, I'm loving this game. We're making an extra £1,000. Hey, we're making that £800. But actually a year complete, what happens is you've now got to take all the expenses out as you're paying it on a monthly basis and you put your first accounts in. 90% of operators are only actually making like £5,000, £6,000 on net profit, right? So now you're looking at, oh my God, I wanted to scale to more units. I haven't done that. And probably 50% of people who get into this industry always go through that same process because effectively you've got to understand that cash flow as a business is so important. And cash flow is actually making sure that when a business had a bad month, right? For example, right now, Jan 2024, we got hundreds of messages of people going, Piers, we've not had the best start of the year like we've done last year. And it comes back to the second point I'm going to talk now, the market saturation. Now think about this way, when you're a new and a seasoned Airbnb investor, you're all hyped up, you've gone to the mentorship program, you've really learned everything you want, but really you wouldn't have the best due diligence. You've probably given a spreadsheet on putting all those numbers in and go into Airbnb but actually when you hit the market, you're not the only person who's actually gone live. Remember, there's other competition of yours going live right now. Now, market saturation in the UK, for example, if you're in a Birmingham city centre, anything outskirt Birmingham city centre, if you're looking at, you're going to face a challenge because the people, whenever somebody is looking at Airbnb, they're looking at a city centre location because that's what they want. I mean, ideally, if you want to contract a business, yes, it can be outskirt, but when there's about 1,000 plus units in a city, your market due diligence no longer becomes just a market due diligence. So for me, that saturation of people, and I've seen it again and again, people starting it, and a year later, they're like, Piers, my property is not making any money. Well, actually, we've only averagely made about £200. So for you, then you start thinking, hey, I'm putting all this time and effort. Now, which is the third thing I want to discuss. You as a business owner, you've gone through a phase of learning about the business, right? Also in that process, you get to know about you as a business person, but eventually the time and effort is all that matters, right? Because what you're putting in a business world, you want to get it back, right? In revenue, in money wise. Yes, you will learn loads. By the way, I'm a big believer in my 9 years journey in business. The reason why I am today is all the mistakes and the learning earnings I've had, the months I've not made any money. But now I understand, right, where the weaknesses, the strengths are, and where I should put more effort. I've got an amazing team of 15 people for a reason, right? The time and effort. It's a lonely journey when you're starting a business on your own. Obviously, you've been hyped up with Airbnb mentorship and stuff, and by then, a year later, you probably are already out of your mentorship, which means you no longer have that contacts of people that you want to talk to. You've probably not even been able to reach out to your mentor, right? And hence why GrowYourBnb has been doing amazing, because we're kind of the after service of your mentorship. We eventually understand how to get bookings. We understand how to do a market placement. We understand what makes people click your listing. And all of these things are not really taught on mentorship. So the market saturation versus the time and effort for me has been so key. And speaking to so many people, they're like, Piers, never enjoy. And lastly, the burnout part, they've gone, Piers, I haven't really enjoyed the process. I haven't really, some people come out of it going, Piers, it's been amazing, because they've to learn business, they've got to learn about themselves, they've obviously sadly burn out some cash as well as themselves, but the fact that they understood that process and come out of it knowing that it wasn't the right decision at that time, for me it has been, it's been an eye-opening journey, especially being in the industry so long enough, speaking to so many people who are, who used to be, I remember social media being, everyone's like, got their first unit photo with the keys, very excited, sharing with their mentorship community. And for me, as soon as a month later, I see that message come to my inbox saying, Piers, we're not really doing what we think we should. There's a lot of time and effort being put into this, a lot of money being put into this. We're not getting the results we want. It becomes a difficult investment. I think you kind of understand why I'm trying to make this video for anyone who's watching this. If you're one of them, look, please reach out to us. And if you're about to burn out, you feel like financially you're not getting the return you want, or even someone who's about to start, look, comment down below if this actually helped you understand why people give up. Because it's all good in that people talk about, oh, go and get a unit, go into mentorship, pay thousands of pounds, but people also have to talk about the challenges, the mistakes, the problems we're facing in our industry, right? Because remember, this year I want to make sure that people are investing, understanding everything about Airbnb and short-term rental business, not just the glamour of make the extra £1,000, how would you feel? Because it's not going to work. Making that £1,000 clearly involves understanding the mentorship investment, 3 to 5 grand, and another £8,000 on setting up rent and everything. So effectively, to make that extra £1,000, you're effectively investing at least £12,000. So get to understand this process well. So like I said, look, the cycle of an Airbnb investor is only going to be 18 to 24 months till they shut down their business. And do not make sure that you're not one of them. Make sure that you are not missing the opportunity of growth. And guys, look, if you've enjoyed this video from GrowYourBnb and myself, please make sure that you are hitting that like, subscribe and share. And if you want to speak to us, we've got our link down below, we've got our WhatsApp down below. Please send me a message. I would love to hear from you. And obviously, if there's an opportunity for us to help you grow, would love to do so.